This is Stephanie, and this is the Mocha Minutes Podcast. Hey guys, before we get into the episode, I just wanted to let you know about something that's a little new here at the Mocha Minutes Podcast. We are now participating in Buy Me a Coffee. So if you haven't heard, buymeacoffee.com is a place where you can show some support and some love monetarily to some of your favorite content creators. That includes me. So it's in the increments of either $1, $3, or $5, and you can do as many as you would like. So I just wanted to let you guys know, would love some support. So if you would go to buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes, I would greatly appreciate it. It will also be in the show notes. Okay, here we go. And I never thought I'd feel this way. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad I got the chance to say that I do believe I love you. And if I should ever go away, well, then close your eyes and try to feel the way we do today. And then you can remember. Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for good times and bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. Welcome back to the Mocha Minutes Podcast. I am Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me. Very excited. I'm always excited when I get to talk to awesome people, but I'm very excited to be recording this with, y'all know she my boo thing. She's not y'all boo thing. She my boo thing. She's not my cookie crumble pie. She's my cookie crumble pie. She not y'all cookie crumble pie. Okay. She's my mother's newest adopted daughter. She has 6, I think, at this point. So I have Cook from HIGHly Inappropriate. Cook, how are you?
I'm fine. I totally wanted to sing some more. I was like, come on.
Oh my God. I love this song. I love it.
Oh, yes,
it has never lost it. Like, I love this song, but I hate One Seat Dre. I hate that song now because they overplayed it. They sung it a lot in my high school. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I hate this. This sucks.
Oh, well, I really do enjoy. Did enjoy That's What Friends Were For. Mm-hmm. I want to say I had, because if it wasn't the cassette, it was like something like when it came out.
Wait a minute, Cook. You sound low, babe. Where are you? You in the basement?
No, I'm right here.
Okay, now I can hear you. I was like,
oh, okay, sorry.
Like, what happened? I'm like,
I don't know. I'm
wait a minute, are you in that house with that blind man that killed people? Because I was like, wait a minute, this is not a sequel. I'm like, wait a minute, now the blind man killing other people? Oh no, he just be killing everybody. I'm like, why y'all keep fucking with this man who clearly is a killer? He's just blind, but he's literally Daredevil. He is Daredevil out this piece. I don't need to fucking see you to fucking kill you.
No. I was like, I've got some type of allergy going on right now, but outside of that, so I'm.
Do you have seasonal allergies?
Yes, I do, and I get hay fever.
Oh boy,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
I know.
This is literally the worst. I'm like, I don't know. When I problem with my allergies, half of my head hurts. It's always the right side. I'm like, I'm gonna look this up and see what the hell that means. Yeah. Where like when I get a headache, it's just one side of my head.
Mm-hmm. No, I've been like this seasonal for a long time, and then the weather's changing. It's getting colder out, so yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's kind of like I can't wait for it to get colder. That means my allergy season has come to an end. Which, thank you. Like, no, y'all are killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. I can't do it.
I just can't wait for it to get colder. I'm ready to pumpkin patch it up this October.
Oh my God, somebody give me their baby, because I will go to the pumpkin patch. I mean, I went with my nephew. So yes, anybody who has children in the Maryland area and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to go on my kid's pumpkin patch field trip, please DM me. I'll go. I'm all for it. I love the pumpkin patch
too.
Hot girl, yes. And apple cider. See, I don't like apple cider out of the store. I need to get it directly from the pumpkin farm. Okay, it's like it tastes different. I don't know why that is.
And we used to get honey sticks, and they were flavored. So we would get berry honey sticks and cinnamon honey sticks. So it was honey.
Oh, I didn't know they came in flavors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, down at the farm. And it was like Pixie sticks.
Mm-hmm.
But it was honey.
Yeah, see, I knew what they looked like. It's kind of like, why am I like, I feel like I haven't seen them, but it probably because I wasn't looking for them. All I was looking for was apple cider. They probably had it.
And I want some nice, hot, steamy kettle corn.
Girl. Come on. The one in the store don't do it justice. I need to see that big old cauldron, the double toil and trouble realness. That is the big kettle corn pot. So I'm like, oh, this is fresh. I need the bag to still be warm.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad. See, look at us. Look at us. See how we are. I don't know why we're like this. I don't know. But it's like, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Like, I need to feel the warmth of the kettle corn that just came out of the bin.
Listen, and then there's a maze, a corn maze you can go through. Yes. One time we got lost in there. And wandering around, but eventually we made it.
Lord have mercy.
Hilarious looking food. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Definitely looking forward to doing some art exhibits. And yeah.
I may go back. Do you like haunted houses?
Absolutely love haunted houses.
Oh my God, I can't wait. There's one that comes near. It used to be, I think they moved it away from Arundel Mills because now it's near, like right down the street from me. And well, not right down the street, but it's near East Point Mall. If it's still called East Point, it's like the back end. They turned that into a haunted house. I think probably either around middle of September or start October 1st. I can't remember.
Yeah, I got to do all the things this fall.
I love it.
All the things.
I'm going to have to get some caramel apples. That's the only time I want a caramel apple is around fall and Halloween.
Yeah, there's a candied apple store in Old Town. Ooh. And you can get it sliced up if you want.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now I want them, girl. Now I want them.
So we already need to do brunch. So let's go put something on the books.
Yes. Oh my God. Before we get into some topics, do you want to play Am I the Asshole?
Absolutely.
Ooh, okay. So, am I the asshole for straightening my daughter's hair without my wife's permission?
Jesus Christ.
Now, remind you, she said, y'all, I'm kidding. I, male 32, have a 4-year-old daughter. Let's call her Gracie. You do.
Jesus Christmas.
You do realize she's a baby. She's not on the internet. We're not going to find you. Like, it was like, wait, you're anonymously posting this. And you're like, let me give her a nom de plume. Okay.
Okay. Gracie H. Pounder. All right.
It was like, this is anonymous. We don't even know your name, ma'am. Sir. Okay. Gracie is half Black. Her mother, female, 31, being African American. Her mother overall... Girl, now you already know. Her mother overall handled all of Gracie's hair care and taught me how to do simple styles, but even those quote unquote simple styles were difficult. My wife ended up going on a vacation with her friends to celebrate her friend's birthday, and my mother came over to visit. I hadn't done Gracie's in a few days. Girl. So it became nappy and unmanageable. Oh my God. When I tried to comb her hair, the comb broke. My mother said I should get my daughter a perm so that her hair I'm going to go back. She's 4. Okay. My mother said I should get my daughter a perm so her hair would be more manageable. So I took her to a salon and got it permed. My wife got home, and when she saw our daughter, oh, wait, she is the wife. Okay. My wife got home, and when she saw our daughter, she was livid. She screamed at me and then at my mother for even suggesting that, but I think she's overreacting because it's just hair. Then she brought up our wedding. My mother had tried to get my wife to straighten her hair for the wedding, but my wife refused because she wanted her natural hair on her wedding day so she could be as natural as possible. My mother often comments on my wife's and daughter's hair, and I agree with my mother. But now my wife's telling me that perms chemically burn and damage hair to change the texture, and that I, quote unquote, damaged our daughter's hair. Now she's thinking of getting our daughter's hair cut so her hair can heal from the damage. But I still think she's overreacting. Besides, I don't want my daughter's hair to be cut. She looks so cute now. Am I the asshole for straightening my daughter's hair without my wife's permission, even though Gracie is my daughter too?
And no, he's not the asshole, because the mama should have known his white ass was going to do something stupid, and she should have cornrowed that baby's hair before she left, so he wouldn't have to comb it.
There, girl. Ooh.
There.
So here's the edit.
There.
This homeboy got an edit on this. Lord have mercy. Edit. I read the comments and came to a realization about my marriage and my wife, and now I just feel horrible. My wife's mentioned in passing about her childhood and was always vague about it, but after overhearing a conversation between her and my mother-in-law, I just realized how much I truly messed up. My wife is My wife is dark-skinned and tall, and she got bullied for that along with her hair. She went to a predominantly white school in Bogalusa, and that made her hate herself and her looks for a while. My God, my wording was horrible too. My wife is beautiful and so is my daughter, and their hair isn't a problem. I'm the problem and so is my mother. After hearing my wife's conversations about me and my mother, I realized that my mother's a bully and I'm just a drone/follower. My mother constantly picked on my wife, and I just stood by and blindly agreed because she's my mom. But that woman who I married is my wife, and I should have protected her from my own ignorance and my mother's ignorance. I took something she took pride in and belittled it. I was too lazy to learn and took my mother's advice. Hell, my mother's said so many cruel things that I didn't think twice of until reading these comments. She'd always make sure my daughter didn't play outside when she'd go over her house because she didn't want her to be darker like her mother, and that comment made me uncomfortable, but I took it as a weird joke. I'm cutting my mother off, and I'm going to apologize to my wife and daughter and start watching hair tutorials again. I'm also going to sign up for a hair braiding class when the pandemic has slowed down once more. God, I'm a horrible husband and father. You are. When my wife is willing to talk to, I won't force her. I'll apologize, and if she wants to leave me over this, it'll hurt like hell, but I understand. I've pushed her to the sidelines for so long and couldn't even see it. I am the asshole, the biggest asshole here. Edit 2. Girl. What in the Spider-Man hell? Woo, we are in the multiverse. What the hell? We got another edit. Okay, edit. I just got off the phone with my mother. My wife listened in on the phone call. I didn't realize she was in the living room with me until she put her hand on my shoulder during the call. My mother is livid. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? She freaked out on me and threatened to call CPS when I told her I didn't want her coming around my wife and daughter, and refused to even try to understand what we did wrong. Then I mentioned the damage that the perm could cause to my daughter. I read a small article by a Black-owned hair care company about childhood perm horror stories, along with the history behind perms, and I'm just disgusted with myself and my mother. And my mother said my wife was being a drama queen when I told her my daughter might need a haircut because behind this, she flipped out and said, I won't let my granddaughter look like a bull, DYKE. He blanked this out. And I was mortified. She said she's take my daughter from me and my wife and raise her the way God intended. That caused a screaming match. My wife put her hand on my shoulder in the midst of it and took the phone from home and told my mother if she comes to our house again, the police will be called, and then she hung up. I put our baby to bed and we talked. My daughter and wife are beautiful, and I don't understand how how for the life of me, I thought those horrible things. Maybe it was like that SNL sketch, quote unquote, diet racism, hearing those things from your parents and just blindly listening, no matter how horrible it sounds. My wife is still mad at me, rightfully so, but she told me she isn't leaving me over this. She said, I have a lot to learn, and that if I want this relationship to last, I need to open my eyes and realize that the world I live in is different from the one she lives in and different from the world our daughter lives in. I'm horrified at myself and I'm horrified at myself and horrified at my mother. My father called a few moments ago, but I ignored the call. I'll talk to him in the morning about this. Thank you all for talking some sense into me, and I thank my wife for staying with me, even though she doesn't have to. Tomorrow we are asking our baby girl if she wants a haircut. Knowing her, she'll want to get one like her uncle. I don't know what the hell that means. He has these cool designs shaved into his head. If she wants that, she can have that. She's my world, and I refuse to ever be this ignorant and harmful to her again. Girl, final edit. It's the final countdown. Okay. Wow. My wife and I arranged for our daughter to spend the night at my mother-in-law's house, and couples therapy will be in the near future. The comment sections have certainly given me many perspectives of how horrible my words and actions are. I won't be doing any more replies or edits because this is a throwaway account. I think that's the right term for this. My mother has called the house multiple times from my sister's phone. My sister is 25 and lives for drama. So now the whole family on my mother's side is blowing up my phone with many mixed opinions, most of which are horrible. It's funny. The only family member whose opinion reflects this comment section common consensus is the one who was disowned a few months ago. Well, actually, that's not funny. It shows how messed up my family is. Thank you all for these replies. No matter how harsh or mean they might seem, I needed this.
Well, you needed it. You got it. And okay.
This is just what so we're going to go back to the fact that this little girl is 4 and her mother said you should buy a perm for her. So this is where I got stuck.
Your white mama.
Your white mama. It's funny. You do realize you could take your 4-year-old to the hair salon and someone could have washed and blew out her hair.
You do
or braided it the fuck up. It was like, I want to know what hairstylist didn't suggest something different. I'm wondering if you did not go to a black hairstylist, because I don't know any black hairstylists in good conscience that would put a perm in this baby's head, because they try to, and if they do, they will try to talk you out of it first. I mean, because one, who's not going to say, oh, that baby too young for a perm? I could just blow this out. I didn't get my first perm, I think, until I was like 14, because my mother pressed my hair. I'm like sitting here like, she's 4. Your mama's a racist. I'm glad you woke the fuck up.
And she was being passive aggressive and micro aggressive and macro aggressive. And your wife, I'm pretty sure if she snapped, she would have been the big black angry lady.
Yeah, so that, and I'm sitting here like,
you know what? It's still her fault. She shouldn't have married him.
So, yeah, I can see that too, because I'm sitting
but
here.
No, that's me being facetious.
You have a 4-year-old. I don't know how long y'all been married, but y'all have at least been together for almost 5 years. If that baby is 4.
Yeah. So
why is he learning something after y'all got married? Not during when y'all were dating, or not even when y'all engaged. You are into a marriage where you have a 4-year-old kid. It was like, you are am I an asshole? So I have to say, a lot of people can eat a piece of this asshole pie, because a lot of y'all are moving really weird. And he's like, oh, the one that got disowned. Please don't. I have a feeling the person that was disowned is probably gay.
What?
I think, because remember, it's like his mama had no problem saying, I want my, and I'm going to rhyme the word because I'm not saying the word, saying you don't want your granddaughter to look like a bull trike. I'm like, Yeah,
Oh,
you real comfortable saying that.
what?
So now I'm wondering, why is that your family member that's disowned? Why are they disowned? And then because you said, I don't want you to come and see, I will call CPS. I'm like, for what? Please let me know why you would call CPS because you are not allowed in somebody's home. Girl, fuck you. It's like, It's like, go to hell. It's like, are you? I would ask if she was okay, but all signs point to no, she is not. You're not okay. I don't understand why you're like this, but my God, you need to be put down. Okay. You get on my damn nerves. It's like,
people. I'm tired of this is why
I'm like, I don't
y'all
even
do too much.
I don't even know. I'm like,
y'all do too much. You do too much.
There's so much to say about this. I don't even know what to do. I'm sitting here like, I don't even know what to say because it's a lot of y'all. You are chiefly the biggest one because you let your mama talk about your wife like that. When you in turn are allowing her to talk about your child like that. She, girl, it's like break up with your mama. And I'm glad that he did. But and you know what's really sad? It's like when two people are coupling and marrying and having children, you shouldn't have to choose your family or your relationship. But people are such head asses and they want to hold on to their racism or homophobia or whatever obiaism that you have that you can't just get your head out of your ass, go, no, I wouldn't want someone to do that to me.
Not at all. And that's, I mean, I know I'm saying a lot of things, but for me, that's something that's very difficult for me to see. People who, you know, especially Black people, you know, you're in your relationship, you're trying to make it work. And then that element of racism is there. That is extremely difficult to watch. And I just don't understand. I just don't understand how people could endure that.
Same, because I don't either.
I would be losing my mind the first time I heard something crazy, but you know, it just I hope that, you know, her husband is sincere and that he does, you know, take the steps, and if they do work it out and he becomes a better person, okay. But I feel like maybe the wife should have got to the bottom of this before she married him too.
Yeah, because the thing about it is, I have a feeling the mama was saying off the wall stuff in front of him, but probably not in front of her. And he didn't nip it in the bud. I'm like, sir,
yeah,
you need to nip this in the bud. It's not up to your wife to nip it in the bud if you are condoning it by not correcting her. Because it sounded like you did not correct her. And now it's like, oh, okay. I'm like, what do you mean? Okay. She'd have walked away and she would have been just fine.
Yeah, because he said like, oh, she would say it, and I just kind of brushed it off. And it's like, for me, like, that's how white supremacy continues to thrive and perpetuate. You hear it, you see it, you know, first and foremost. I'm starting to believe that, yes, white men white supremacy, they really do see it in their kids, and they don't do anything about it if they're not directly instilling it in them through words or in other indoctrination. But it's just like, how could you? That's one I'm just not very clear on. How can you be someone from another race and then still be passive on issues about race? I don't think that's fair. And I don't think, you know, the whole mentality, oh, the best way to end racism is to make a mixed race baby, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, that's not how any of that works. And it does not end anything. You're still causing harm. This woman was harmed. Your child is now harmed. And it's like, you have to take it serious. It's very serious.
She could have had chemical burns on her scalp. She could have had chemical burns on her scalp. I'm like, are you okay? Why would you take a 4-year-old? A 4-year-old.
This is her first perm. You know, she's never had one of those before.
So you don't know.
You put a perm and not a relaxer, not a kitty relaxer, like a whole perm.
And hopefully they did enough greasing on her scalp before they put that chemical on her scalp. Child, get on my damn nerves. It's like, why would you do this to this baby? It's like, I don't even understand. I'm like, but his sharp turnaround is just commendable because that signals to me he does love this woman. It's like, oh no, I don't want to lose her. And it's like, I am a complete head ass for this. You are.
Yeah. No, I think I need to go. I didn't see the comments, excuse me. But I think somebody was just like, yeah, she should leave your ass. Like, I'd leave your ass. And then you know, depending on if there were other white people in there, they'd have been like, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah, no. I see, that's the other thing. Could I train up a white man? I don't know. I don't know. What is this white man gonna do? The day y'all see me with a white man, just know he's doing a lot for me.
Okay. Why is that funny? It should be this funny, but
ain't even go home, Jesus. He's doing a lot.
Yeah, because I think people got it's like, that's the thing. I think people dug in his ass like, no, you're definitely the asshole. He's like, oh shit. Like, yeah.
Like, that's no simple thing. You just throw a perm in somebody's hair. You threw off her hair texture and balance and all the other stuff.
And it's like you won't have to work to get that back. It's like she too young.
Mm-hmm. Well, since she's 4, cutting it is an option for it to grow back, but still.
Yeah. So love and light to this little baby, because she the one. It's like, yeah, the wife is like, girl, y'all should have been tackling that info before y'all got married. And the thing about it is, it's like, but again, that's how a few white families are. You won't know they're problematic because they ain't gonna say that shit in front of you, but they gonna say it.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
And that's something that definitely I can't see.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's not, I highly doubt that she probably was like, didn't really talk in front of the wife, but she would say sideways shit in front of the son, and he didn't check her, and he should have. It's like, wait a minute, what is that? All you gotta do to like shake him up? What does that mean? What are you trying to say? Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
See that?
Why do you think that's okay? Do you really believe that?
Right. It's like, what does that mean?
What does it mean?
Am I an asshole? Child, yes. So low key, let's start here. In the good state of Virginia.
Virginia, okay.
They have removed the statue of General Robert E. Lee.
Good for them. Good for them.
The fact that, let me tell you something. Ralph Northam, when people found his old blackface pictures, he's like, nope. No, yup, I'm wrong. I am terrible, terrible, terrible. And I'm going to fix everything that I goddamn can. Because he's the one who ordered the statue to be removed. He said, get that shit out of here. I'm like, yeah. See, Northam's like, nope. Y'all, nope. I got to fix this. Y'all found 2 different instances of me in blackface. Girl, I got to see this. He said, nope. Gotta go. Nope. It's like, Lord have mercy. He's like, absolutely not. So, yeah, this has been removed. Apparently, there's some sort of time capsule under it. And they're expected to open it, I think, this upcoming Thursday. Guys, we're recording on the 12th of September. So the statue was removed last Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
But I think maybe they did.
Is this the one with the black guy, the lieutenant?
Yep. Yeah.
Man, governor.
Yeah, that's the one. He's the one with the creepy lieutenant governor.
That's him.
Yep. It's like, yeah. And it was kind of like, yeah, for the most part, people are just kind of just getting away from it. So this is a quote from Anna Edwards, who's a fighter, who is a community activist and a founding member of the Virginia Defenders for Freedom, Justice, and Equality. It's very difficult to imagine, certainly even 2 years ago, that the statues of Monument Avenue would actually be removed. It's representative of the fact that we're sort of peeling back the layers of injustice that Black people and people of color have experienced when governed by white supremacist policies for so long. So apparently he had Governor Northam had been wanting him to for them to remove the statue, but because of litigation, because people were fighting it, he wasn't able to remove it until last week. He'd been wanting to remove it. He's like, let me tell y'all something. I only did look, I don't want y'all to remember me in my blackface. I want you to remember that I did all this shit to help Black people. Yeah.
I was always good to you people.
I know, right? It's kind of like, he's like, let me tell you something.
So let me try to run for president?
Girl, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. And the bad part about it is Virginia would get behind him.
Yeah.
Because it's like when we talk about these blackface instances, because I mean, these people are not 95 years old. So to a certain extent, you knew it was bad. You just didn't think nobody would find out. It's like, oh, I didn't know it was bad. There's no possible way you didn't know blackface was bad. There's no possible way you didn't know wearing a indigenous tribe's headdress is bad. You knew, you just didn't think folks would find out. There's no way you didn't know. So y'all can lie again.
No one's gonna know. How would they know? No. How would they know? Like, always stop it. You will be foiled. We will find out. Just stop it. But we know that's what you do.
Because the bad part about it, the stuff that they're finding, it's not like it's out on social media. It's like, so how did y'all find these pictures of Ralph Northam? So which one of his buddies don't like him, so they're going to try to get him out the paint? Because that always seems to happen. Y'all have a falling out and be like, you know this person is racist. Hey, time out. Why are you still friends with them if you know they terrible people? You only telling us about your friend being racist or homophobic or transphobic or misogynistic or a sexual predator when y'all fall out. Here comes the biggest question. Then why were you around them? And if y'all were cool, if y'all had stayed cool, you wouldn't be bringing this up. It's not like you think it's the right thing to do. You and your boy fell out. So now you're like Dracarys on our friendship. It's like, yeah, you can miss me with that. Because I'm not going to give you any kind of grace. What? Guess. I'm not going to give you too much grace if you're only doing that because you and your buddy fell out.
Yeah. And that's the part right there. Like, he was a predator when y'all was friends. The predator now. And
now you want us to like go, ooh, look. I'm like, ooh, look what? You were still around his ass. What you want me to look for?
See, that's why you can't.
Right.
And that's one thing that racists don't understand. Mm-hmm. Like, you are associating with racists. They think it's okay. It's socially acceptable. Mm-hmm. So when they are under the microscope, all of a sudden, oh, I can't associate with someone like that. And they're looking like, bro, you used to love my jokes.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
I've learned the error of my ways. No. You haven't. You're just doing that because you mad at your buddy. You're doing that because y'all fell out, not because you think it's the right thing to do, because you ain't saying you didn't do this when you was his friend or her friend. When it was like, yeah, let me dime them out. I'm like, yeah, but you ain't doing that because y'all fell out. Not that it's 100%. People is like, they do it when they fall out. Like, see, don't be friends because they're this, that, and the third. Then why were you friends with them?
Why?
Why were they still in your space? Girl. This how you get a Black woman to be subjected to having a racist mother-in-law because you not checking her.
And being subjected to that shit.
Right. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Okay. So from one thing to another. So Ireland has crowned its first Black Miss Ireland since the inception of the competition that has been around for 70 years.
Go ahead. I'm not going to say nothing. Go ahead.
Pamela Uba made history by becoming the pageant's first Black winner since the contest began in 1947. The 26-year-old former asylum seeker came to Ireland from South Africa when she was 7. She's the eldest of 6 siblings, is a part-time model, and a medical scientist who has served as a frontline worker during the pandemic. Okay. Yeah. So her mother said that she was a nerdy student. She's also a big soccer fan. She is stunning. She's a darker skinned Black woman. I just love it. Having achieved a medical science degree in Galway, she's reportedly completing a master's degree in clinical chemistry from Trinity College, Dublin. It is at Galway University Hospital where she has tended to COVID-19 patients. Uba is heading to Puerto Rico in December to represent Ireland at the 70th Miss World competition.
Oh.
Uba was named Miss Galway in March 2020 before the pandemic lockdown. That honor, she said, came with some racist trolling. It's horrible to hear people telling me to go back to my country when I've worked so hard to make Ireland my home. But according to Uba, being crowned Miss Ireland shows that regardless of color of one's skin or their place of birth, the world is your oyster. Uba told The Independent she became interested in competing for the title of Miss Ireland years ago while working in a nightclub that bills itself as Galway's ultimate hen and stag party venue. I don't know what it means. I was in Coyotes working, and one of the judges thought I was a contestant, and so she encouraged me to try it out someday. So that put it in my mind. According to a video Uba recorded after winning Miss Galway, her talents include singing and playing soccer. She said she looks forward to the Miss Ireland journey as it continues to unfold. So, okay. So she is in the Miss America pageant. I want to say universe. It's like, yeah, she's in that pageantry. So it's Miss USA and then Miss America. Mm-hmm. So she is in there with Miss America. She's in that pathway, not the Miss. Okay. Yeah. So it's very interesting. But the fact that I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
Something shady.
Not something shady. I
think she gave a standard answer about advancing one's life goals, having dreams, achievement. But there is a white supremacy problem over in Europe through a lot of soccer games and soccer hooligans and soccer culture.
No, they act like they know. Oh, girl.
And like I said, I'm glad that she's getting the opportunity and she's doing what she's doing. But I think she checks a lot of boxes. Mm-hmm. And I think if she likes it, I love it.
Yeah, it's kind of like it. And that's the bad part. It's kind of like it's a weird thing to do or to think about, because the problem is, like, when it comes to systems in any country, U.S., anywhere, non-white people are not considered in any of the systems when they were created. So it is always weird to watch, because it's like we can recognize the white supremacy in it, but still want to see more color in it too, because we want to see white people get uncomfortable. Like, don't get so comfortable to think that we can't come in and win. Hence why a lot of folks, for Big Brother's 23rd season, there is a whole alliance called The Cookout, and they systematically got all them white people out, and now the top six are all black people, and Big Brother fans are mad. It's like, how dare y'all do this? I'm like,
do what?
Like, obviously, y'all don't know what an alliance truly is. This is an alliance. I've seen other alliances. I haven't watched Big Brother in years.
Yeah. Now let's talk about how on the challenge on MTV, that's been the strategy since its inception.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, y'all don't know what alliance means? Like, alliance does not mean play fair. But also, I've seen other alliances on Big Brother. They just didn't happen to have no black people in it. They're like, no. I'm like, I don't even think there has ever been a black winner of Big Brother. I mean, Tamar runs Celebrity Big Brother, but it hasn't been a winner of just the regular, not the Celebrity Big Brother, right? So I'm like, that is your alliance. I'm like, it's weird to watch people get upset. But I'm sitting here like, y'all know what an alliance really is. Do you know how alliances work? They're not fair. I have never seen an alliance that is shown to be fair to anybody. Because they're not. But again, I thought y'all loved, this is a game. Y'all don't like strategy? Oh, that's right. As long when you're not involved, it's like, oh my God, that's unfair. Fair? Back in the day in Big Brother, people from their hometowns used to flood the telephones because they would just get one. It wasn't even about popularity because they used to all vote via phone. And then they realized that people were cheating because one, you had different, depending on where the person was, people were like, oh, well, let's get that person because they're from our city or our state. I remember that. And it was just like, y'all gonna have to do something different. Just saying. It's like, I'm just saying.
In one article I read, they were saying that a person of color noticed, but didn't get on with the alliance and, got chopped. And it was like, let's document all of this. This is a great social experiment. All of it.
Show me all of it, because, honey, I was like, this is hilarious. I'm like, let me go back and watch this, because I'm excited. I'm like, I love it. I'm like, oh, I love it. So something else I loved. So Blue's Clues turned 25 this year. And so it brought back all of the folks. And most notably, Steve. Because I think what they told people was that Steve was going off to college, and I think his brother or his cousin, there's a second host, was going to take over, which was hilarious before I can even think about it. So why did he leave? So this is from Michigan Live. Steve Burns, and I didn't even know his last name. I'm like, he got a last name? Steve Burns finally has explained that what really happened when he abruptly departed the Nick Jr. show Blue's Clues in 2002. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm old. Leaving many viewers upset at the time. The original host of the Nickelodeon series appeared in a video posted on the Nick Jr. Twitter account in time for the show's 25th anniversary this year. You remember how when we were younger, we used to run around and hang out with Blue and find clues and talk to Mr. Salt and freak out about the mail and do all the fun stuff? And then one day I was like, oh, hey, guess what? Big news. I'm leaving. Here's my brother. Joe was his brother, quote unquote. Here's my brother, Joe. He's your new best friend. And then I got on a bus and left, and we didn't see each other for like a really long time. Can we just talk about that? Great, because I realized that was kind of abrupt. I mean, we started out with clues, and now it's what? Student loans and jobs and families, and some of it has been kind of hard, I know you know. So it's a 2-minute video, and so many folks are like, they were crying. Then all of a sudden, they were like, count your days, Steve. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? like, y'all want to beat Steve's ass because one, it's like he just left y'all, he left us, and I'm like, 25 years ago, I was a teenager.
25 years ago, I had graduated high school, and I didn't know Steve like that until I had a baby, and then she watched Blue's Clues. But I think Steve went to jail, and he's not telling y'all.
He went to camp. Because it's like he went to camp. He never come back.
That nigga did a bid. I ain't even gonna hold y'all.
Child. The fact that they did this because when they had the other host, and it was Steve was getting product through the mail, and damn sure had to go do a bid in the bed, y'all.
Not he went to jail, honey. He did. Right. That's what happened to Steve. Look, I ain't gonna hold y'all.
So, oh boy. So the other host, and I'm like, why am I blanking on his name? Because I'm like, that's crazy. I think his name is Josh. Yeah. So he's the latest, but they rebooted the show and it's called Blue's Clues and You. And according to this, they made Josh, Steve and Joe's younger cousin and a talented singer. I said, girl, yeah, this is funny. It's like, this is hilarious.
Okay.
It's like, wait, he's supposed to be, they also be family? Are we being for real right now? It's like, they couldn't have just been friends or, hey, this is my buddy, Josh. No, they have to be related because they couldn't possibly be just friends.
Nope.
It's like, that's so funny.
I mean, salt and paprika had a cayenne. I don't know however that worked on that show with them spices.
Who knows, right? It's like Mrs. Salt and was it Mrs. Salt and or Mr. Salt and Miss, one of them is, and then they made a baby called Paprika. I'm like, that's not how paprika is made, but okay. I'm like, oh, all right, that's fine. But yeah, he had everybody in his feels. I kind of was in my feels, but not really. I was like, I'm okay. What did get me in my feelings though is seeing Aaron Phillip her runway debut in Moschino. I am living for her in this yellow. So for anybody who doesn't know, Erin Rose Phillip is a disabled black trans woman. And she made her debut this year during New York Fashion Week for Moschino. This is the first time she's ever been on a runway. She looks incredible.
I'm here for it.
I am loving all of this. In my feels, she looks incredible. And also, let's add in the fact that Gigi Hadid, who's a very big deal, embraced her fully, which I love. And I'm not saying that it should mean something because Gigi embraced her. That's not what I'm saying. It's more of actually just posing for pictures, putting it on her IG story saying, see, this, like, you did amazing. It's like, yeah, because we should just normalize this. And sometimes it's like she's disabled, she's black, and she's trans. So she's already othered. It's like, yeah, but you can be in this fold because you're a model. So I'm very excited for Erin. I'm very I love any black woman in yellow.
Normalizing people.
Yeah. It's like, I'm all for like normalizing
I hate to say that, but like, yes, let's normalize people everywhere. Let's just do it.
What? Cook, you're far away again.
I'm sorry.
I was like, I can't hear her. I'm like, I need people to hear what you're saying, girl. Because you be saying gems.
I'm like right here. I'm so sorry. No, I was saying let's normalize people. Because everyone acts like, oh, here's a person, and it's just like, bruh, we should not be. Okay, I'm very happy for this person, but I'm saying, like, yes, let's get to the point where this is the norm. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm very excited for her.
I can't wait to go take a look at those pictures because I know you sent me away.
Amazing. She looks amazing. So let's slide into mid-key and talk about somebody who also looks amazing.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook.
He did.
So, y'all ain't going like this. So, here's the deal. Russell decided to sport a skirt, not a skirt. It'd been fun if he did wear a skirt because I've been like, he could sport a skirt. But he didn't. He was wearing a skirt. So he is the newest LA Laker. And for everybody who knows Russell Westbrook, he does what the fuck he is, and he takes fashion risks, honey. He always does.
Mm-hmm.
So he had tweeted this out on September 11th saying, "Don't address me unless it's 4 letters." That's a Kendrick lick. And I'm like, So I'm sorry.
I said 4 letters, CUNT. And I stand on that.
Oop. So for anybody that hasn't seen it, mind you, Russell Westbrook is a basketball player, so he's tall as fuck. So it's supposed to probably, if it was on somebody shorter, it'd probably be down to their ankles, but it's a little bit above his ankle, but it's below his knee, if that even makes his knees.
It's a drop waist pleated skirt, and I'm here for it.
I absolutely love it. Let's add on the fact that he also has his hair colored in blue. I am all for Russell Westbrook doing what the fuck he wants to do. Mm-hmm. I am all for this. I'm like, I'm loving it. And of course, you know, the Laker fans are full of men, so you know how they're acting. Oh my God, this is embarrassing for the Lakers. Oh. But it's like, let's just say this. Y'all ain't going to try that little Nas X shit with Russell Westbrook because he looked like he can fight. Not that little Nas X can't fight, but more of y'all won't even think to try it with him.
No.
Let's just call a thing. But he looks super cute in his outfit.
Oh yeah, he did it nice. I love his sweater.
Yeah. So it's like he looks super cute, and I'm here for it.
Did Bootsy say something?
No.
Okay.
It's just the next topic we're going to talk about. It's people literally doing the wildest shit because of penis.
Oh my Lord.
They are embarrassing themselves out in public for penis. So the first lady we're going to talk about, and nobody has found this lady's name. So a woman crashes her sister's job interview after finding out she slept with her husband. Now, for everybody, which is hilarious. So she busted in. And I'm like, how did she find where she was doing the interview? But also, you beat up your, like, literally, I'm like, who started videotaping this? Because I'm like, wait a minute, who is going world star on this shit? Homegirl pulled her sister out of a chair and had her by her ponytail and was beating her in the face. And she's like, stay awake. I think she used hour and some of the anger that she had, like, stay out of our business or our marriage or something. So you went to go beat up your sister, but I hope you left some of them hands in that smoke for your husband that thought fucking your sister was cute. I'm like, hey, I'm sitting here like, so how did the interview continue? Was this the end or?
I would have got it. She got up and was like, as you can see, I work well under pressure and that I am able to multitask, and I'm also good at engaging with stakeholders and management relationships. The funny part, she beat her ass and went right back home to her husband like a dummy.
Right. I'm sitting here like, wait, what?
Buffoonery.
Like, huh? So you went to your sister's going to a job interview. I'd have waited out in the parking lot.
Listen,
I'm sorry. I'd have waited for her ass, but also I would have waited for her to come back to my house. Like I beat her ass. However, and I'm like, y'all, I'm not a violent person. I just understand where people can go to the level of violence because I need violence. See, I'm very much like, I don't mind violence as long as it makes sense. This makes sense. Because one, that's your sister. Her loyalty is not to your husband, it's to her sister. So there's that. Because we can talk about not having friends around you. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that because that's ridiculous. But yeah, your own sister. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm very much a person that says, don't fight another woman over a man. Yeah, if you my sister, I'd be wearing your ass out because you're my fucking sister. I've known you your entire life. I'd beat your ass. It's like, I'm sorry, I would. And I'm like, that's the thing. Again, violence that makes sense. That's it. Violence that makes sense. I needed to make sense. Something else that don't make no sense. A random woman texting someone else to say, leave my man alone. So a woman changed her name on Twitter to fat, sloppy, bald head ass bitch. Now, it was like, what the hell? So she started a thread. Whatever kind of dick that has shorty up at 3 a.m. texting me over, I need you to reveal yourself because I need to see what the hype is over. Sis said she will beat my ass over the dick. She said she spit on my son for that dick. So these are the messages. This is from the lady who's ready to fight over penis. Let me explain something to you, fat, bald, head ass bitch. Stay out of my niggas' mentions, DMs, and texts. He won't give you none of my good dick. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. And that fake tough shit you be talking on Twitter means nothing to me. I will pull up and beat you the fuck up. This is this is the first and last time you will be warned. Enjoy your evening, Baldy. Here was her response. If you got to do all this over your nigga, then guess what, queen? Love yourself and direct your energy to whoever your nigga is because it's damn near 3 a.m. and you mad and I'm chilling. But pull up over a nigga who decided to be community peen should you feel so inclined. Bitch, don't worry about what energy I'm directing towards my nigga. He getting the same treatment. Worry about what I'm telling you, bitch. Play with me if you want, and I'll show you how tough you aren't. Then I'll spit it in your son face and let him know the type of thought ass bitch his mother is. You're dismissed.
What?
Girl, I was like, ooh, and there's more. So she got another one. And the threader, because I'm not calling her what her name says, add her friend, because apparently she up in this too. And this is from the woman who wants to spit on a child. Okay. Well, like I said, bitch, you've been warned. And tell that bitch, Kayla, she next. I see her name in the DMs and mentions too. Bitch better stay her ass in Texas fucking them dirty ass niggas down there before she get ragdolled up and down the interstate. My nigga won't be giving either of you this immaculate dick. Now take your flat, sloppy ass on. Have a good day, bitch. And you not mad at it, but keep talking about me on Twitter. Keep me relevant, mamas.
What?
And then the girl, I guess her friend's name is Kayla. She said, now how I get in this? What in the hell? It's like, y'all doing all this for community dick. Literally, this man is saying my dick is
for the streets.
It's like, girl, you're like, first it was good, and now it's immaculate. And somebody tossed around something. I wonder if that's him. I can see that, but here's a short story. So back when I was younger, in my college days, a few years or so after college, it's kind of like, back when Black Planet was a thing in college. I'm old, y'all, just to let y'all know. So I was talking to a dude, nothing too fancy. We were like emailing. So I got an email from some chick. it was like basically like, hey, I want to let you know that he has a girlfriend. And I was just like, wait, why are you messaging me? Of course he didn't tell me. He said, oh, you ain't got it. So I think I jumped shitty with her because I was like, why are you messaging me? She's like, look, I said that I was just letting you know. I'm like, you need to take that up with him. Why are you messaging me? I can fight. Don't try this. It was like, why are you messaging me about your man who clearly did not tell me that he had a girlfriend or was seeing anybody? Why are you messaging me? Why are you messaging me?
Why is he here?
Why, Jesus?
Why
it's like, girl. Oh, there's more. From the lady who want to spit on a child and run up. Bitch, you trying to be funny on Twitter. Okay, bet. Say no more. When I see you, I don't want to do any talking. And yeah, my nigga dick that good, bitch. It's a reason why you and a couple of those bitches replying tried to fuck him. So sit your holiday heart bald head ass down somewhere before you really get beat the fuck up, bitch. Ma'am. Girl, you doing all this for a nigga that literally all someone got to do is say, pussy is open. They got to turn on that ready and hot button for the cooch, and he gonna come running. You mad at me, girl? I'm sorry. I'd be joking your ass too. He's like, are you being serious? Are you being serious right now? Are you really serious? For real? You doing this right in front of my salad? You fighting over some nigga who literally is like, my dick is up for sale for everybody. Girl, go to hell. Go to entire hell. Okay? Go to my man's dick so good, I will fight girls over it. I'm like, okay. You are a dumb hoe. Shut up. It's like,
go to the entirety of hell. Is this good? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Is this good?
Yep.
I'll just make sure you can hear me. Okay.
Yep. It was like, girl, it's like, I wish I would be looking like a complete dumbass. And the bad part about it is you keep messaging her, but someone pointed out something very interesting. How did she get your number to text you?
Well,
how did she?
Let's get with the fact that, technically I've heard of people going through people's phones and taking screenshots. So you didn't get with the right one, and yeah, they're gonna do some bullshit.
Girl, I was sitting here like, yeah. How did she? Because these are not like Facebook Messenger messages. These are not IG DMs. These are not Twitter DMs. These are text messages, meaning you had to find that woman's phone number. How did she get it? Unless your nigga took her fucking number.
Ew, that part too.
It's like, girl, see, y'all gonna stop letting dick embarrass y'all on the timeline. Stop letting peen embarrass you. Cause y'all look dumb.
Every goddamn time.
It's like, every time. That train is never late of let me embarrass myself because I get good dick. It's like, or you can shut the hell up. And now people are like, wait a minute, is that good? Now I'm curious. Let me slide in your DM because your man seemed very easy. Woo! Just I wish the hell I would embarrass myself for that. Girl. Oh my God. So we have made it to high key. I have not talked about this woman for quite some time because one, she's a twat. And also because she get on my goddamn nerves. But currently California they're coming into a recall election, right? They want to recall Governor Newsom because he said, bitches, put your mask on. So Rose McGowan is throwing her hat in the ring of who she is supporting. And apparently it's Larry Elder. This is why I say to y'all, please watch the folks that say that they are allies. Because Rose had no problem telling y'all that she was an ally. Oh.
Okay.
So let's go here. So Rose McGowan, and this is from Business Insider, you guys. Rose McGowan appeared with Larry Elder and accused Governor Gavin Newsom's wife of trying to silence her about Harvey Weinstein. That Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, y'all heard the silence. That Harvey Weinstein. Because it must not be somebody in politics. Y'all couldn't possibly talk about the man who owned fucking Miramax.
Okay.
Activist and actor, I'm putting activist in quotes, Rose McGowan appeared alongside California gubernatorial candidate Larry Elder at a press conference on Sunday, 2 days before the state's recall election. Okay, I guess it's on this upcoming Tuesday. McGowan, a leading figure in the #MeToo movement, accused the wife of Elder's opponent, Governor Gavin Newsom, of trying to silence her about movie producer Harvey Weinstein. In a statement provided to Insider, a spokesperson for Jennifer Siebel Newsom said McGowan's claims were complete fabrication. She's also nutty. She is a goddamn liar. I'm not even going to call her crazy because I'm not trying to do that. But yeah, she's cruising for a bruising. It's disappointing, but not surprising to see political opponents launch these false attacks just days before the election. Their limited correspondence has been strictly as fellow survivors of sexual assault and in Jennifer's former capacity leading the Representation Project, an organization that fights limiting gender stereotypes and norms. The spokesperson also noted Jennifer Siebel Newsom came forward with her own allegations about Weinstein in October 2017 in a piece she wrote for Huffington Post. McGowan first made the accusation against Jennifer, who married Gavin Newsom in 2008, on Thursday while speaking on the Rubin Report. McGowan says Jennifer contacted her in 2017, about 6 months before the New York Times published their bombshell report detailing decades of sexual harassment accusations against Weinstein. McGowan said Jennifer called her on behalf of Weinstein's lawyer to ask what they could do to make her happy, which she understood to be a bribe offer. What? McGowan also shared a Twitter thread on Sunday detailing how she says her interactions with Jennifer Siebel Newsom unfolded. At the press conference with Elder, McGowan also said she is no longer a Democrat, thank God, because everyone who has harassed, I'm sorry, I don't want you here. I don't. Because everyone who has harassed, stalked, and stolen from me in my time in Hollywood has been a Democrat. She says she does not agree with Elder, who is a Republican on every issue, but that he is a quote-unquote better candidate and quote-unquote better man than Gavin Newsom. She did not make any allegations about Gavin Newsom, who has a comfortable lead in the polls. McGowan did not immediately respond to Insider's request for comment. Elder, a conservative talk radio host who is leading amongst Newsom's challengers, has a long history of making derogatory comments about women, CNN reported. Okay.
Listen,
Elder's ex-wife has accused him of domestic violence and said he pressured her into unwanted sexual activity, which Elder has denied. She filed a police report against him late last month after he publicly denied her claim that he had once brandished a gun at her in 2015. But the Los Angeles County District Attorney said the statute of limitations has passed and Elder would not be charged. Not that he didn't do it. I'm sorry, it's too late, girl. So, like I said in the article, she did. It's still fucking here on her timeline. Hi, Jennifer. I'm on my way to meet you, but my info says our meeting place, the farm shop, will be closed. Any other ideas? M in Brentwood County Mart. Okay. Saw you with Reese W. Didn't want to interrupt. Had to leave. girl, what is this? Oh no, hun, I kept looking around for you. So sorry. Here waiting and just thought I would continue till you left. Let me know. I meant wait with Renee until you arrived. All A-okay. Love to connect. Jennifer continues. Let me know. I'm just popping into kids' store for my kids. Then Rose says, I'm sorry. I just had a 5:30 back in town and it didn't time out. I didn't want to interrupt. So then Jennifer says, I'm so sorry. I should have emailed you to interrupt. I will come back and we can connect then or Skype beforehand. Love to know how to support you and your being an inspiration to women and girls so bold and brave. I don't understand the point of this. It's like, so she put these screenshots up and she said, it was a setup and I knew it. At Jen Siebel Newsom, when I saw you with Reese, it crystallized. I'd been stalked and terrorized by monsters for months at this point. I was stressed, tensed, on edge. The alarm bells went off. What? So I know Reese Witherspoon is looking around like, now how the hell did I get in this? It's like, what? Because homegirl, Rose added both of them. And Reese is probably like, girl, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't understand. It's like, I'm sitting here like, girl, what are you talking about? And homegirl is now posting screenshots because she has put a war on Jennifer Newsom. Is that her name? Yeah, that's her. Homegirl is using Larry Elder. Larry fucking Elder. I just so I'm gonna read some of his hits, y'all, to say this is why it's like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? A woman who demands further gun control legislation is like a chicken who roots for Colonel Sanders.
What? He's a new age. It's so fucking draining.
Bad schools, crime, drugs, high taxes, the social security mess, racism, the healthcare crisis, unemployment, welfare, state dependency, illegitimacy, the gap between rich and poor. What do these issues have in common? Politicians, the media, and our so-called leaders lie to us about them. They lie about the cause. They lie about the effect. They lie about the solutions. You picked him.
Sorry.
Okay. So Larry Elder also said that systematic racism is a lie.
Yeah.
So he's like oh my God, hold on. I'm going to find it. But yeah, I can't get past her picking up Larry Elder. He said he thinks systematic racism is a lie and that rising crime is a result of the Black Lives Matter movement. He thinks welfare is more harmful to Black families than slavery and that the poor performance of Black children in school would be remedied by school choice. So he's also a libertarian and, well, y'all know how they do.
It's so like the Black Rand Paul.
Yes, Paul, he is.
Yeah, Paul Rand or whatever his name is.
Okay, rising crime. This is a direct quote, y'all. Rising crime. It's because of this phony narrative that the police are engaging in that the police are engaging in systemic racism and cops are pulling back. When you reduce the possibility of a bad guy getting caught, getting convicted, and getting incarcerated, guess what? Crimes go up. Then another... Yeah,
I don't have time.
I don't. It was like, so this is so fuck Rose McGowan. She is unhinged. She is full of shit. And literally, she only fights for something that is directly affecting her. She is not an ally, no matter how much she fucking lies to people. She is no ally to anybody except Rose McGowan. And we don't call taking care of yourself being an ally. You're a selfish trite asshole. It's like,
I think she kind of approached things as, oh, they're going to support me.
Mm-hmm.
And I get your unconditional support. And she didn't have a very clear understanding of racial politics. And yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like you just go, but.
Put that back. Thank you. Excuse me.
Yes, that's right. Put him back. Put Larry back. We don't want him. And the thing about it is...
And that's the thing. So she pulls out a can of beer talking about, if you ever drink this, can I have the can? And I'm just looking like, Lord, the Lord is testing me.
Not the Lord testing me. You're so silly. Lord's testing me, Jam.
But he's trash. And yeah, like I was saying, I don't think Rose McGowan had a very good understanding of racial politics, intersectionality, Black womenism, because Black women are not feminists. And she just was very on the shallow. She was on the shallow end of the pool and tried to tread deeper waters. And she just got rocked by the waves. And the thing about it is, a lot of times you'll see people going into activist spaces and you can tell how unprepared they are by how easily they get burnt out. Like, it was never going to be easy, ma'am. It was never going to be all roses. You're fighting against a system of oppression. That is difficult. That is a struggle. And you have to be in it for the long haul, because did you think Harvey Weinstein was just going to let you accuse him publicly? You thought he was just going to roll over and take it? He wasn't going to use his mass wealth and money to go after you the way he did before he was discovered?
Pretty much.
And now
there's a lot of women that don't have careers anymore because of Harvey Weinstein. He made them disappear. He cut their careers off at the knees. And the thing about it is, it's like, you look at Rose, I'm like, it's not that you're necessarily lying, because I don't think you are lying about it, but you literally are only doing this because it directly affected you. Because when people try to correct on her race, she got defensive, like, look, you don't understand. I'm like, no, bitch, you don't understand. And it was kind of like she didn't want to listen. She wanted to be heard, but she never wanted to listen. And that is not how you communicate. You listen to other people. You twat. And I'm going to keep calling her a twat because seriously, she gets on my damn nerves. It's like, you are just, it's just sad to watch. I'm like, you don't understand anything. You understand, you are a dumb ass. You are a dumb hoe, and we want you to stop talking. But you don't. You keep talking.
Not you're a dumb hoe, and I want you to stop talking.
I'm just saying. I want you to, well, obviously I'm not going to say dumb hoe, but I want you to stop talking. To stop talking. I want you to stop talking. Stop talking. I was like, you're a dumb hoe. Stop talking. Stop talking! Exclamation point. There we go. All right. So last story in high key. This came out during the I'm sorry, before we get into this, we are recording after September 11th, and it was the 20th anniversary of September 11th this weekend. We have celebrated in some way. It has been recognized in some, and I'm like, celebrating is a weird word to say, but we have recognized September 11th every year since 2002, because it happened 9/11/2001. We have always talked about it. But it's really interesting that folks don't want us to talk about the other part of 9/11.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have that discussion. You're like, oh, it unified us. I'm like, did it? It kind of didn't. One, is it tragic? Absolutely. Because the tragedy part is the people who were on those planes who passed away, the people who were in the two towers that passed away, the two, like, I think one of the women who was pulled away, she is the Ash woman. She passed away, I think recently, because of the after effects of the terrorist bombing, which was people getting sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
People were trapped in between concrete and metal for hours, days. So that is the tragedy part. What is not the tragedy part is that it changed how we travel. TSA became a very bigger thing. Before 9/11, you could get through the gates in like 30, 45 minutes. You didn't, like, now you better like block off 3 or 4 hours.
Remember, you could just kind of walk someone to the gates before.
Correct. You could walk. Yeah, exactly. You didn't have to wait outside.
It was no drop off, like
nope.
That whole dropping off thing.
You could pop, like, you could say bye to them right before they go through the tunnel to get on the plane. It's not like that anymore. And now it's like, now people are like, yeah, wear certain things to the airport. Don't wear any shoes that got laces because you're going to have to take them off. Which is why I was like, Monique, you shut the hell up about talking about Black women going by. Look at what you're wearing at the airport. So first of all, I may get randomly checked where someone go through my fucking hair. I have to like wear flip-flops or something easy to take on and take off. Exactly. I am not heading to a different gate or a private jet, ma'am. So how dare you tell me? I'm like, so first of all, it's also a flying petri dish and we're on a fucking pandemic. Yes. It's like, girl, shut the hell up. It's like,
I'm not wearing my good clothes to the airport.
To sit on an airplane with germs and people who are like, oh my God, masks are for suckers. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, girl, Monique, shut up. So the other part of the of 9/11 is the Islamophobia and the xenophobia that happened. People literally were like killing, verbally assaulting, physically assaulting, harming Middle Eastern and or Muslim people.
In addition
simply because of 9/11.
The Sikh population who are not Muslim.
Right. And they're not violent either. It's like, so
they're
add that part.
Radicalized, like, they were like, let's talk about y'all going after the wrong and that terrorism.
Right. I'm sitting here like, are y'all okay? This is how I know y'all don't know anything. But the fact that you're looking at all of this happen, they're like, it was so different then. I'm like, yeah, because y'all can go to New York and beat somebody's ass. And it would be like, well, I can understand people are upset. And it's like, no, I can't. And there's like, you might want to talk to some people who are old enough to remember. I have a friend of mine, he's Syrian. And when he travels, he makes sure to shave his face. He's like, I don't want to look too Middle Eastern because I don't want to get stopped. It's like, that is a problem. If you see a man that it was a Sikh, they'd be like, oh no, it's a terrorist on the plane. He's sitting there like, what the hell are y'all two? What? This is why I wanted to like chop Jess Not Hilarious in her fucking throat. It's like, girl, shut up. It was a joke. That shit is not funny. Because if it's a white person making jokes about Black people, you want him to get the fuck on out of here.
That part. And I was like, I'm not about to sit up here and act like I got something in common with white people because we all went through 9/11.
Yeah, and it's kind of like y'all, and it's like, girl, I want to know where y'all get off thinking that this shit is okay. It's not. And it's like, as much as y'all want, it's like, it was so much togetherness. It's like, was it? Y'all were beating up American-born Middle Eastern people, American-born Muslim folks because of what happened in 9/11. But okay, now we've said it. And that's not us bringing this up. It's not negating the tragedy. Mm-hmm. But y'all going to stop acting like everything was peaches and cream, because baby, it wasn't. Not for everybody. It's like you saw Jon Stewart every year going to bat saying first responders need better health care because a lot of them were getting sick. It's like, come on. It's like the fact that Jon Stewart, and I will give him that, Jon Stewart did use his privilege. Like, I can get into these rooms. I am on TV everywhere. I'm on the Daily Show. So y'all going to listen to me. Y'all not going to listen to a random firefighter saying, please take care of us. So that whole, like, we love first responders. I'm like, yeah, because I noticed same folks who are anti-masking and anti-vax, y'all stopped clapping for them first responders, didn't you? Mm-hmm. You love first responders so much, but you won't get one, fucking vaccinated, and two, wear a fucking mask. But you love first responders. But you love them though, right? They doing so much. I'm like, there are health clinicians and health professionals walking the fuck off the job. They're like, this is like, it's too much. You do realize they've been gowned and masked, double masked, N95, visor for damn near 2 years in March. It's September. Mm-hmm. They're still doing it. Like and they're doing 8 to 12 hour shifts in a mask, and y'all can't get vaccinated. Y'all can't wear masks. You can't wash your legs. You don't wash your hair. You don't wash your bodies. You don't wipe properly. You got dingleberries in your ass, but y'all can't do that. But like, we love them. No, you don't love nobody. You assholes. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me dial it back. But I'm glad I'm talking to somebody who's old enough to remember. I'm like, y'all, I don't know what y'all talking about. We don't know what you're talking about. We don't know where y'all talking about.
Coming next, and that was really just like,
because you knew. It's kind of like, yeah, the war in Afghanistan. It started around there. That's how George Bush got reelected. But now we said it. Because the thing about it is, like we say, Obama did this, that, and third, dog got hit by a train. Y'all realize 9/11 happened on Bush's watch. Nobody blames him. That happened on your watch, boo.
Bin Laden determined to attack in the United States using planes, is what Condoleezza said. Mm-hmm. And there was a memo. And nobody did anything. No one took it serious.
Nope. He won in 2000 and 2004. Again. And then it's like, y'all, this was on his watch. Remember, September 11th, he got inaugurated 2001, January 2001, because he won the 2000 election. This happened on his fucking watch. But now we said it. But let something happen during Obama's era, and they're like, see, this happened because of Obama. So are we going to talk about 9/11 happening on George Bush's watch, or are we just going to ignore it like we typically do? Because when it comes to 9/11, two things are happening at the same time. It was a completely tragic thing that changed millions of people's lives. There are a lot of people who are missing loved ones. There are a lot of people who have long-term effects because of all the dust from two very tall skyscrapers coming down. There's a lot of hurt, pain, and trauma, PTSD, that comes along with 9/11. At the same time, a lot of people thought that gave them carte blanche to be Islamophobic and xenophobic. They thought it's justified. It's like, it's not. You're in Chicago. Shut up. What are you doing?
Bro.
It's like, wait a minute. And the thing about it is, there wasn't like an older Middle Eastern man he was walking down the street and somebody attacked him. He was minding his very Middle Eastern business and y'all came after him. And that is not a unicorn story. There's a lot of people that happened to. They didn't tell anybody. So just like people have PTSD about 9/11, open your mind and realize that a Middle Eastern and or Muslim person, and not for nothing, a Latinx person because they're around the same skin tone. So people thought they were just like, no, I'm Puerto Rican. No, wait, I'm Dominican. No, what are you doing? Because they attacked them too. Please know that's PTSD for them, especially if they have family members that were attacked for no apparent reason. You don't, when it comes to racism, you don't want Black people to bring up that your ancestors are the reason that this happened or that you benefited directly from the racism from your ancestors. But you literally justified attacking people after 9/11. You justified that shit. There's a lot of people who are like, well, I mean, I can understand the anger of somebody that you don't even fucking know. No, I don't. It's whack as shit. But again, why am I not surprised? Last story, Cook.
Because
go ahead.
Remember that guy? He wrote an op-ed. I think it was a year or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, everyone's going to celebrate 9/11, but he was like, no, for me, that was when my mom was shot in the head because she was in her hijab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just thinking of everyone.
Yeah. But it's like I learned last summer that because when it wasn't something I was talking about, I didn't learn in like grade school, so K through 12 schools. I didn't learn about Japanese internment camps, that they were actually throwing Japanese Americans, people were born in America, in those internment camps. He's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Child, it's like
Pearl Harbor.
Child, just, oh, you're Japanese, or better yet, like how many Chinese, Vietnamese, Japanese people were you throwing in those camps too? Because you probably just, you look Japanese. I'm actually from, you look Korean. I'm from Japan. Nope, same thing. Get in that room. Because you know they didn't know the difference, which is whack as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So last story, there is going to be, they are coming out with a show, and I think this is the actual title of the show, called The Activists. It will include Julianne Hough, Priyanka Chopra, and Usher. It's coming to CBS. Now, they reported over the week, like during, it came out, I guess, on Thursday. So they already had an update.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell y'all what the story is, because I was like, wait, what? After the format for The Activists drew some blowback on social media, Deadline reached out to the Global Citizen for a statement. The Activist spotlights individuals who've made it their life's work to change the world for the better, as well as the incredible and often challenging work they do on the ground in their communities. This is not a reality show to trivialize activism. On the contrary, our aim is to support activists everywhere, show the ingenuity and dedication they put into their work, and amplify their causes to an even wider audience. Now, they said this is not a reality show to trivialize activism. So here we go. This is what they said before. Usher, Priyanka Chopra, Jonas. Yeah, put that Jonas in, because let me tell you something. Nick be like, he looked like his mouth be wearing her the fuck out. Okay, I'm just saying. And Julianne Hough are set to co-host the global. Are set to co-host the Global Citizen Competition Series from CBS, The Activists. The 5-week reality series premieres at 8 p.m. on Friday, October 22nd on CBS, and will be available to stream live and on demand on Paramount+. Oh, sweet Jesus. The Activists is a competition series that features 6 inspiring activists teamed with 3 high-profile public figures working together to bring meaningful change to one of 3 vitally important world causes: health, education, and environment. Activists go head-to-head in challenges to promote their causes, with their success measured via online engagement, social metrics, and host input. The 3 teams have one ultimate goal: to create impactful movements that amplify their message, drive action, and advance them to the G20 summit in Rome, Italy. There, they will meet with world leaders in the hope of securing funding and awareness for their causes. The team that receives the largest commitment is celebrated as the overall winner at the finale, which will feature musical performance by some of the world's most passionate artists. The series is produced by Global Citizen, the international education and advocacy organization working to catalyze the movement to end extreme poverty that produced the recent Vax Live, a concert to reunite the world. Girl, I don't know what the fuck that is. The Activist is a first of its kind competition that will inspire real change as the series progresses from the United States to Rome for the Activist final challenge at the G20. Hugh Evans, CEO and co-founder of Global Citizen. The audience will see the activists' passion and commitment for their causes tested as they petition world leaders to take urgent action to resolve the interconnected crises we face. Added Jack Sussman, Executive VP Specials, Music, Live Events, and Alternative Programming, CBS, combining philanthropy and entertainment. The Activist is a groundbreaking series poised to inspire viewers. We're thrilled to have Usher, Priyanka, and Julianne as part of the series, guiding our CBS audience through the journey of passionate change makers from around the world. Michael Rapino, CEO of Live Nation Entertainment, said the Activist will spread awareness about society's most urgent issues, while also giving every viewer the opportunity to be part of the solution. An unprecedented example of how entertainment can change the world. Combining competition and compassion, these essential causes will take center stage as the show proves that there are no issues we can't solve when we work together and demand change.
Wow. So is activism starting to get the celebrity treatment? Is that where we're seeing it going? Because I've always wondered that when I've seen Tamika Mallory hanging out with Yandy and Portia. Even though I know they dabble in activism and stuff, I just feel like there's a merging there lately. And I'm curious, like, is this where activism is going? And what does it mean? And what is it going to look like moving forward?
Yeah, because the thing about it is, it's like, I'm sitting here like, y'all are trying to spin this into something good. Let me say this.
Excuse me. I feel like Sean King is going to try out for this show.
Oh my God. So can I just say, there's quite a few activists that are quite frankly tiresome, and they're draining and they're exhausting, especially if they are very active on Twitter. There are some that are just fun and they spend education, but there's other people who sometimes are condescending and they're assholes. I don't even know how to say this at this point. Some people are just fucking assholes, and the thing about it is we let them, we let it go past that, or we ignore that fact because they are doing activist work. But we need to step away from this thought that all activists are good people. Some of them are not.
Well, there's that.
Some of them are not. Not that, like we give them a little bit of grace because they're doing something to help their community, but them as people, not so much. They're not. I wouldn't want to have a glass of wine with you, honey. I wouldn't want to like binge Kim's Convenience, which, sidebar, Kim's Convenience is hilarious. That show is so, I'm on first season. I started watching it because the guy who plays Shang-Chi, Simu Liu, he's in that show. And I remember, like, you remember how like little things here, like, oh, they're getting rid of Kim's Convenience. I think he did a Instagram Live a few months ago because it wasn't that they weren't getting good ratings. It was because the producers walked away. So it wasn't that they didn't want to do it or they didn't have the ratings. The producer's the one that's the reason why there's no new show. Because the producer's like, yeah, fuck this, I'm out. So the show is really good. It's really good. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I think it was something about they didn't agree. There was a disagreement there too.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, It's a funny ass show. And it's not them doing caricatures of Korean people because it's supposed to be a Korean family. And Simu Liu, he is Chinese, but I think that's fine. But what do I know? I am not Asian, so I'm not going to like jump down nobody's shit if they say no.
That's something, right? That's something
I'm like
amongst themselves.
Because I mean, I saw the discourse about crazy rich Asians, which I was like, I'm all excited for this. But then you saw actual people from Asia going, yeah, y'all can keep this. Because it's like over in Asia, they don't have a representation problem.
Yeah.
They see Asian people every day. Wherever your country is, I see Korean people every day. I'm in Korea, I see them every day. I'm in China, I see China. Like, that's how their entertainment is framed. They see a lot of themselves. It's like, it's one of those things where in America, probably not. In Canada, probably not. South America, maybe.
Nah, yeah.
So it's kind of like, but in Asia, it's totally different. So they were like, yeah, fuck this. And now Shang-Chi is not getting a premiere in China, but they don't really have premieres anymore because they're very much like they control about what stuff they endorse. So whatever. It has nothing to do with this story. It's just, I think this is dumb. Short answer is like, I think this is dumb. Long answer is, I think this is dumb. However, I'm wondering what kind of activists y'all are getting. Because for me, when I think about activists, not saying that global warming activists are not important, but I would love to see opportunities like this. And mind you, it's terrible. And I'm still like, I want opportunities to get your platform to a bigger audience for activists, for communities of color, activists who are talking about trans rights, activists for childhood hunger. And I'm like, something, I don't know what it is. I'm like, not saying that global warming is not important, y'all. I swear. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying people who spend their life trying to get out trans issues and get it to y'all to actually get on board with. People who want to talk about childhood hunger and why children should not be only eating when they're in school. So if they're not in school, when are they eating? Talk about that. Talk about that. Let's talk about like social justice, stop AAPI hate, Black Lives Matter. It's like there's a lot of stuff out there that we could be talking about. It's like, mind you, there's a lot of activist groups that are in other cities that people just don't know. It's like, you don't know. It's like, they were like, y'all don't talk about Black on Black crime. You don't Google. It's like, you might want to Google shit before you talk to me, because that's the issue. It's like, yeah, you're saying that nobody is talking about it. It's like, yeah, nobody with a large platform is talking about it. Mm-hmm. There is the difference. There is a lot. So the ceasefire, I won't say, I don't know if I want to call it an organization, but a lot of major cities have a ceasefire group. Baltimore has one. I think Chicago has one. So like, y'all don't care about it. I'm like, no, they're there, but baby, you have to look for it, because one, that's how people get it to not care. Black on Black crime, that's not a thing. You're talking about proximity, because I'm sorry, if you are a poor and you have a spirit of lack, you're not driving across town. You're going to go where you're like, it's close, because it's a spirit of lack. It's proximity. It's not Black on Black crime because, hey, poor white people steal from poor white people. It's like, it's about proximity and socioeconomic status, because affluent Black neighborhoods don't have a crime problem because they don't lack anything. Mm-hmm. So they're saying it's a 5-week study. I want to know whose bright idea this was, because I have questions. Or why do we have to make this a competition? This is not like the Shark Tank where you're doing a competition to give us your invention. This is something different. As much as I have issues with it, if it helps somebody who has, like, I have a very important thing to say, okay. It's kind of like how I can see the issues with the new Cinderella movie with Camila Cabello, but I still love Billy Porter and I just want nice things for him.
Okay.
It's like I want to fight that movie. I've heard some of the clips. We are doing Rhythm Nation. I want Janet to grease her palm and smack that girl across the face.
Mill, bye, girl, bye.
I was like, the bad part about it is like it sucks that Billy Porter's name is attached to this. That's all it's just like I was sitting there like, why is your name attached to this? Why can't it be something else? Oh my God, I hate it. It's like, that's great. I hate it, but I like Billy Porter. And someone pointed out, like, why did they make the gay guy a fairy godfather? I'm like, see, let me just shut up.
Was that Billy's idea?
I don't know. I don't know. I remember him mentioning that he was working on this. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
I remember him talking about this. And the thing about it is like, I feel like I give Billy a little bit more grace because I know how long it took him to break out. He's been around for decades. That's the other thing. People think like they have instant success. I'm like, you don't realize how many decades he had to go through to get to Pose. You know, it's like, come on. It's like, because that man can sing. He has been on Broadway. He's been making music in the album. So fun fact for y'all, if you've watched the First Wives Club movie, there is a song called Love Will Find a Way. That is Billy Porter. He has a song on the First Wives Club's soundtrack. Because that's how that girl, I love that movie. I think they might be also bringing it to a Broadway. I'm trying to think. Maybe they've already started. I think there may have been like talks about it, like coming to Broadway, because you know it's going to end up being like a what's it called? A musical. You know it's going to come. You know it's going to be. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's going to be a musical. So the song is actually called "Love Is on the Way." That is sung by Billy Porter. If you want a point of reference to where it is in the movie, it's after all three of them have their big fight, and it's playing with like the different scenes of the different folks. But yeah, this was 1996. That is a long ass fucking time.
Yeah,
it's 20. That's like 20. Oh, wait. Let me say 20, 30, 25.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, that's why I'm sitting here like, yeah, I'm gonna give him a little bit more grace because when I know how long Billy worked to get where he is now, and he's very honest about that. He's just like, it took me so long because he's like, I was ready to give up. So yeah, I will give him all the grace. That lady from that group who act like she ain't say them N-words, not her. Grease your palm, Janet, and smack her. I got her
forever for trying to bully Normani. Fuck her.
Yep. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't know. Someone's like, I thought we canceled Camila Cabello. I'm like, nobody ever gets canceled. I just want to like say that. No one ever gets canceled.
Because she just kind of rebranded herself, fell back and came back out with a new boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And everyone was like, oh, yay. And
yay. It's like, oh, great.
I didn't forget, bitch.
We didn't forget because you like took down that Tumblr account and you wrote all these long ass apologies. I'm like, did you apologize to Normani? I don't think you did. You apologized that your fans saw you using racial slurs. And the thing about it is, if Normani holds your feet to the fire, she's going to look like the asshole and not you. But meanwhile, some of y'all can't even forgive Michael Vick or Jane Fonda. Y'all will never let that woman rest about that. There's still people reminding her about that shit.
Listen,
people. And it's been how long? What, 50 years at least?
People do what they want to do. And I'm convinced people know what they're doing out here. And they do that shit anyway.
Correct. It's like, child. It's like, get off my nerves. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with this activist show. It sounds like a bad idea. It just does. It's like, it just sounds like a bad idea. It's like, I can't. And it's kind of like, I'm looking at who's attached, and well, let me say this, y'all. I thoroughly enjoy his music. And I hear the performances at the residency are superlative. That clip of Kevin Hart coming on stage was probably the first time in a very long time that I've laughed at Kevin Hart on camera. Y'all could take that exactly how the fuck I'm saying it. Because that last stand-up was booty. That was that Dingleberries. That oh my God, that's the show title. Dingleberries. They're like, what the hell is wrong with you? You understand? That it was Dingleberries, okay? So I adore Usher the artist. This is questionable. I don't understand why. Priyanka Chopra Jonas. Okay.
I feel like this is up her alley a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that. Julianne Hough, girl, I remember Dirty Dancing. Fuck you. And that Footloose movie. I think you were in that too. Yeah, fuck you. Okay. It's like, I'm
screaming.
I'm just saying. It's like, no, Julianne. No, Julianne, ex-girlfriend of Ryan Seacrest.
Didn't she do something racist too?
I think she did. I don't follow her too much because, well, I don't care about her. I'm sorry. She also, it's funny because she describes herself as not straight. That's super weird. It's like, what does that mean? So if you're not straight, that means you can say you're queer, but it's like, I guess she doesn't want to say it. That's weird. When you think about it, it's like, I'm not straight. So what are you?
She's just trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Terrible movies. Yeah. She was. And she was also in Rock of Ages, which Justice for Mary J. Blige. That's it. She was the best part of Rock of Ages, quite frankly. Sorry, y'all. She really does. I think she may not have been in Dirty Dancing. I may just be making it up, but she damn sure was in Footloose, because what the fuck? Girl, go to hell with this. Apollo, go away from me with this. Just, I don't know why I'm trying to make Julianne Hough happen, but okay. But I think that's all that oh, wait, she did. Oh, so apparently a few years ago, she was in blackface.
Yeah, she did.
In 2013.
Yeah, when she dressed up as Crazy Eyes, that's her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's her. I was like, racist. Oh, that's right. That's her. And everybody was like, oh my God, she's so good. Oh my God. You really could have just did your hair in fake Bantu knots, because
jumpsuit in here would have gave it away.
It really would have, especially if you had done just the fake Bantu knots, because you can only do so much with your brand, your strain of hair.
Did you say strain?
I did say strain. It's probably not the right word. That's not the right word, y'all. I'm sorry. It's late. That's why I'm like, I don't know the word, the thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The texture. Sorry, y'all. The texture of your hair would not give you proper Bantu knots, but if you had did them, we would have just done. Girl, you could have wore a goddamn black wig. Don't buy no Afro wig. I'd have smacked you. But yeah, there's so many reasons why you could have done this correctly, but you didn't, because, well, okay. And it was just like, girl, you could have dressed up like, oh, I don't know, one of the other white characters instead of being, if you can't just be not ridiculous, I need y'all to just go to hell. That's it. The end. It's like y'all can just go to hell. But I think that is all I have. Any final thoughts from me, mistress, as my mother calls you?
No, as far as the activism show,
I'm really hoping that they are giving opportunities, especially in climate change. Give opportunity to people who come from indigenous populations who are already experiencing the effects of climate change.
Right.
And I hope someone talks about over harvesting of crops, like with quinoa and other herbs and things that, we kind of tend to make fads in America, but indigenous populations were able to grow and could sustain themselves for, relatively cheap. But now, they're being over harvested, driving up the cost of their grain, and that impact. And I just hope that they really do talk about global hunger, climate change, education, and things that are really important. I hope they do highlight these things and people do take an interest.
Yeah.
But also, too, I do not want them to sell their souls for this.
That's the other thing. It's like, it's a weird place to be in, because it's like you want it to be here, but then you're also like, I don't want it to be.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, to an extent, is capitalism or trying to make a commercial commodity of activism really going to be effective?
Yeah.
And
yeah, because the thing about it is, it's like we live in this kind of society and we don't want to talk about capitalism, but it's like it takes capital for activism. It's kind of like it just does. And that's the bad part. It's kind of like you got to have the heart for it, but you also need the capital behind it, because that will help. Because there's a lot of activists that struggle quite a bit because it's thankless. Because people act like nobody's talking about this. And you'd be like, girl, I've been talking about this for 12 years. What you mean? Where you been? So there's that. It's like, oh God. Oh, and y'all. So, I'm sorry. So listen, I don't want to end on that bad note. So 2 things. Britney Spears is now engaged.
Yes, she stayed with a nice Arabian
girl,
man.
I was like, she is now engaged. I said, oh shoot. I love it. And also, Uzo Aduba is married.
Girl, announced it.
And she been married since 2020. I said, bitch, I love this.
I am here for all of these Black women just popping up married. I'm here for that as an aesthetic, as a movement, and as a lifestyle. I'm here for, like, if I pop up married, pregnant, or whatever, just, mind your business.
Right. Because I'm
just know people who needed to know knew.
It was just like, I know that's right, because she is stunning and her new man is fine as fine. Girl. I just can't believe when it said 2020, I was like, you mean like last year?
Yeah.
I said, I love it. Congrats to her. Unfortunately, she got married last year and her mother passed away last year too.
Oh.
I said, but she didn't tell anybody till this April, apparently. And I'm just like, and apparently her mother had cancer. So that is just, that's a lot. So a lot of good things happen. A good thing happened and a bad thing happened, but it seemed like she was very close to her mom, because she always, like, her name is actually longer than Uzo, and she didn't like her name, and her mother, like, basically had to have a come to Jesus moment with her, like, I picked your name for a reason.
Yeah.
So.
And you're gonna love it, goddammit.
That's it. So, yeah, I was like, I love it. I love Issa is just like, oh yeah, I did something this weekend, girl. It's like, wait, what? It's like, and Uzo was like, oh, I've been married since last year. Oh, okay. I love it.
Off, baby.
I'm sorry. It's like, I can see why, but I think, she's always been very quiet. She don't tell people shit. She don't. It's like, oh, she don't tell nobody nothing. She'd be like, do.
I mean, because I watched her in Love, Really, and I loved her character. She was so amazing, wonderful to watch. The movie with Ralph Angel and him. Girl, he wasn't crying for once, and I was happy.
Yeah. So, She got and that's the thing. In the caption, she wrote, "When you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible." When Harry met Sally, for some, it feels like we wait for our whole lives for our someone. My love, I'm so happy my life started last year with you. Girl.
Beautiful.
Girl.
Beautiful.
I adore this, and she looks her skin is radiant. I just love it. And he's just like, oh my gosh, she loves me because he's so handsome and she's so beautiful. I can't stand it. But yeah, guys, that's all I have. Cook, before we get on out of here, please tell everybody how they can find you, how they can find Highly Inappropriate.
Well, you can catch me on Instagram at Highly Inappropriate _Spanet. That's SPANNET. You can catch me on HighSpan at HighSpan on Twitter. I think that's my Twitter handle. As well as at The Cookie and Gooch. And on Facebook, you can find me on Highly Inappropriate fan page, where you can see me posting content. Yeah, and I will be back soon with new episodes. So be on the lookout for that. Really excited. Or whatever.
I'm excited. You know I'm excited, girl. You know I'm all about it. Woo! Sorry. I need to stop. No, I don't. I'm not. I'm never going to stop being excited for you. It's going to be happening. Of course. I'm always excited. I'm always excited. I'm excited, y'all. Y'all gonna leave me be. But guys, this has been the Mocha Minutes Podcast. I will be back next week for more shenanigans. It is getting close to the 4-year, I don't know if I want to say birthday or anniversary, but I feel like this is my baby, so I'm going to say birthday. So getting close to the 4-year, my baby is turning 4 years old. This is the Mocha Minutes Podcast this month. So we're getting kind of close to the birthday. And yeah. So yeah. Thank y'all for rocking with me.
All right.
Because 4 years is, hey. And like, you're a veteran. I'm like, sometimes I feel like I'm not, but hey, sometimes you can be a Tom Brady or sometimes you could be a Rob Gronkowski. I'm a Rob Gronkowski. Or a Larry Fitzgerald. I'm trying to think of somebody who's a good, or a Sizzle Suggs. Or somebody who's playing a DeAndre Hopkins. That man got some badass hands. I tell you what, it's like, sheesh.
I got questions about them receivers in my hands.
Girl, I just want to see how much can you grab, because it's like, okay, let me shut up. Girl, all I think is nasty thoughts about linemen with fat asses and wide receivers with them big old hands.
Make it nasty.
Make it nasty. We are a mess. All right, y'all. I'll be back next week.
Yay!
Bye.
Toodaloo.